In this video, I want to go over with you how to do polynomial long division. Okay, so the idea is if we take a function f of x and divide by d of x, what does that look like and how do we get there? Okay, so you got to think about old-time long division. We're going to take f of x, that's your dividend, to be divided by d of x, your divisor. And when you do that division, you're going to get a quotient plus a remainder. Okay, so in other words, what we're going to do, if I push these symbols around just a little bit, your original function is going to be defined to be the divisor times your quotient plus your remainder. That should give you back your original function. In fact, if we were to prove what we have going on here and take and divide through by d of x, we would say that f of x over d of x is going to equal q of x plus the remainder over that divisor. Okay, so in other words, I just went through here, if I did that too quick, divide through by d of x is what I just did. Okay, this one cancels, so f of x over d of x here, same, equals q of x plus remainder over your divisor. Okay, so let's take a look at one of these. Let's get rid of all these words and just do this. All right, so let's suppose that you have 2x to the fourth minus x to the third minus 2 all over 2x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, and we want to go through and do some division. All right, so we will set this up, 2x to the fourth minus x to the third. Okay, so now I need to mention something important here. On that original function, we need that dividend to have all terms in descending order. So like here, I have x to the fourth, x to the third. I'm missing x squared. So I'm going to fill it in as a 0, x squared. 0x, so like x to the first, and then we have a minus 2. Okay, that way all terms are at the party, or all are accounted for in descending order. Okay, so then we're going to divide by 2x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, all right, so here we go. We always start off at the beginning with the leading terms. Okay, and in fact, look, get a little side work here. If I take 2x to the fourth and divide by 2x squared, okay, or you think about reducing that kind of thing, what's going to happen here? Okay, the 2's are gone and you're left with an x to the second. Okay, that's the first thing that's going to go up here on your up on the top for part of your quotient. Okay, so then you've got to carefully multiply back through with this x squared. So like you'll have x squared times 2x squared. So 2x to the fourth. X squared times x is a positive x to the third. And then x squared times 1 is a positive x squared. Okay? So now I always say at this point, we're going to draw our line and subtract. Okay? Or I say draw your line, change all these signs. Okay, because you're subtracting. It's like multiplying through by a negative. All right, and then see what you got left. Leading terms should cancel. If not, we've made a mistake. Okay, in here we're going to have a negative 2x to the third and a negative x squared. All right, then you bring down the next term. And we go again. Okay, so this time the leading term is negative 2x to the third divided by 2x squared. Okay, simplify this here, so negative 1 and an x. Okay, so that goes up here, part of your quotient, negative 1x, and then we're going to multiply back through. Okay, and you don't have to write the 1 there. I did it just to make it dramatic so you can see where the numbers are coming from. So negative x times 2x squared is a negative 2x to the third. Negative x times x is a negative x squared. Negative x times 1 is a negative x. Okay, draw your line, and then what do? You write, change all the signs. So these are going to go to positive, okay, because I'm subtracting, so therefore I'm changing the signs. All right, leading term cancels. Oh, look at that. Second term cancels, and we're left over here with an x. Bring down the next term, Okay, well, 2x squared, x over 2x squared. Well, that doesn't simplify, so we're done, all right? So this part here becomes your remainder. Remainder, I'm probably standing right in front of it, okay? So in the end here, you're gonna say that we have our original f of x equals x squared minus 1x plus x minus 2 over that divisor, which is going to be 2x squared. Is that right? 2x squared plus x plus 1. Okay? And that would be your answer. And I have erased the form over here, but it should be quotient plus remainder. Okay? All right, I think we should look at a second one. Okay? Because that was a lot of moving parts there. Clear this off. Yep, just like class, you have to give me a second to erase the board. All right, got another one for you. Let's take a look at, we've got a couple. I'll pick this one. How about x to the third minus 1 all over x plus 1? Okay, all right, so we set up our little division problem here. Okay, x to the third, and then it goes all the way to 1. Okay, well remember I mentioned you have to have all terms accounted for in descending order. So we have to fill in some zeros here. So 0x squared, 0x, and then your 1. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, constant. Okay, and then out front we'll divide by x plus 1. Okay, so again, start with this leading terms. So x to the third divided by x. So that's going to give you x squared. Okay, so then we'll multiply back through here. So x squared times x is x to the third. X squared times 1 is a plus 1x squared. Draw your line. What do? You got it. Change your signs. Okay, so the x cubes cancel. Then we have a negative 1x squared. Bring down your next term. I know it's 0, but that way it's going to hold that place. All right, so then we go again. Negative 1x squared over x. So negative 1x squared over x, the leading term. Reduce. So negative 1x goes up here in your quotient, or just negative x is fine. So negative 1x squared, negative 1x times 1 is negative 1x. Draw your line in, change both signs. Plus, plus. Okay, so here we have 1x. Bring down your final term, which is a 1. So we have x over x, which is just 1. So we've got a plus 1 up here. So multiplying back, so 1 times x is x. 1 times 1 is 1. Draw your line in. Change both signs. So cancel, cancel. So in this case, we have 0 remainder. How about that? That one divided evenly. So what does that all mean? Well, now we know that, what do we know? X to the third minus 1 over x plus 1 equals x plus 1 times your divisor. I don't want to write it all out like that. Why don't we just say, if you divide, you get x squared minus x plus 1, 0 remainder. You really don't have to write the 0. Okay, hopefully we did all that good shape. X squared plus 1. Why do I feel like that's not quite right? Are you at home wondering why I'm hesitating? I think maybe I copied this wrong. Look here, this is a minus 1. I have a plus 1 over here. In case you were wondering why I was being so hesitant, my bad. Let me back up here. You say, oh no, you didn't do it. I did. This should have been a minus 1. My apologies to all. So here should have been a minus. So in the end, I guess I do have a remainder. How about that? I'd redo this whole problem for you, but I don't want you to go back through the whole video. So this is a +1. So when I change my sign, change your sign, Miss Highland. Okay, so you got a -2 down there. I apologize. Okay, so in the end, our division is x squared minus x plus 1 plus a remainder of -2 over x plus 1. Okay, there you go. So I apologize. I was hesitating because it's like, I knew I had a remainder when I worked this example before I did the video. So anyway, even I am human and make mistakes. So anyway, good luck with that long division. Sorry about that.